Hey guys, Traveling Kimchi here. So October has come and gone, such a sad time, and I hope you guys all had a great Halloween. But this also means that I have to do my next book vlog. So for the month of October, I actually read 4 books, but they happen to all be in the same series. So I'm going to talk about the series I read and also suggest a book that I've read previously just because I don't want to just give you a series, I gotta give you a little bit of options. Okay, so the 4 books that I read that were in a series was from the Uglies series by Scott Westerfeld. And the first book is called The Uglies. Now the Uglies, sorry, I'm leaning that the wrong way. The Uglies series is actually was actually a trilogy, and then it turned into 4 books. So it used to be The Uglies, The Pretties, The Specials, and I guess he got so attached to the storyline and the character, or he had some great ideas, and then he wrote his 4th book after he announced that it would only be a trilogy. So I guess, it's good that people change their minds. This was a really interesting book to read, especially more so now because I'm in Korea. And the reason why is because the really raw base core line of the whole book is talking about the government has crumbled down and they've set up this new way to kind of manage themselves. I don't know why I'm reading books like this so often lately. But anyways, and basically people stay their natural selves, like look natural until they're 16, and then they go through this operation that's supposed to make them beautiful, and it kind of is supposed to like equalize our beauty, so everyone gets big eyes, everyone gets clear skin, everyone is skinny, like a standardized beauty. Not saying they all look the same, but everyone has like this kind of, everyone's looking about the same beauty. So and so is not prettier than so and so, if you get what I'm saying. So basically, the huge thing is, everyone's waiting and is considered an ugly until they're 16, and then they turn into a pretty. And so it was really interesting, some of the things that the book addressed, talking about, plastic surgery, accepting one's own faults and one's own beauty. And it was especially interesting now to read while I'm in Korea because, as some of you probably know, because of recent Miss Korea scandals and like the whole plastic surgery thing, plastic surgery is a really, really big thing in Korea, and it's really, really prominent, especially where I live in Gangnam, because Gangnam is quite well known for its plastic surgery industry. So I can walk outside my house and see straight away like 5 different plastic surgery places, and they're literally stacked on each other. There's a whole building full of plastic surgeons, and it just depends on what you want to go do and what you want to quote-unquote fix or change. So it was a really interesting book to read for my location, but even if even if you're not living in Korea, I suggest you read the book. It was really, really interesting just to address just to think about how you yourself view beauty. And then in the later series, they start talking about a little bit more about what makes us unique and special as a person. And in the very last book, they address social media and like what people do to become famous. And it's a really interesting series, and it like in a very indirect, direct way, it talks about a lot of things that are very prominent in our own society that, like, yeah, we notice, but we don't really think about really hard. And so it was a really engaging series to read, and I really enjoyed it personally. So if you haven't read it yet, I invite you to read it. The first one is The Uglies by Scott Westerfeld, so please check it out. If you have read it, please comment below. What did you think of the book? Did you like it? Was it like a crappy read? Was it a good read? But please do not give away any spoilers in case, anyone reading hasn't read it yet. So no spoilers. So the next book I want to recommend is actually a book I read quite a while ago, I think probably in high school. And it comes from the series Young Wizard series by Dianne Duane. And the first book in the series is So You Want to Be a Wizard. The series is actually 10 books long, but it's not a kind of cliffhanger series. It's a plot starts and a plot ends in one book, and in the next book they start a new adventure. So it's not like a Harry Potter style where you need to know what happens and you have to read the next book. So it's not like that. But anyways, in the So You Want to Be a Wizard, I was absolutely engaged. I loved this book. It was on the go, like straight from the first page. I was really engaged. And I think I read this book in high school, and it has completely stuck with me. Like I can't get over like how much I love this book, and I've read it about 3 times since the first time I've read it, and I really love it. Like the storyline's great, the concept's amazing, and I think it's a really interesting way to approach wizarding and how magic works. Because in the Harry Potter series, they kind of leave our world and they go into this magic world. Do you know what I mean? And while at times they collide, it's kind of like this is Hogwarts and then this is our world, and they're kind of not usually in one place. And so I really liked the Wizard series because it kind of approached wizarding and magic differently, in the sense that the people who are wizards are quote unquote normal people like us. Like, they go to school, they have jobs, and it talks about like what being a wizard means, like why you're chosen to be a wizard. And I think the book has a really interesting approach to how magic works. Because I mean, in Harry Potter, like, you just say a spell and it just happens, but I feel like in the So You Want to Be a Wizard, they attempt to like explain the balance, like kind of like yin and yang of magic. And it was really cool. I thought it was kind of neat. I feel like Harry Potter is a little bit more middle school, high school, and So You Want to Be a Wizard is maybe like a little bit more college, just in the concepts, of course, not the storyline, but the concept's a little bit more complicated, but it makes it really, really interesting. It was really engaging. I highly recommend it. If you've read it before, please comment below what did you think of the series, or the one book. If you only read the one book, that's fine. But no, once again, no spoilers. Just let me know what you think. Any suggestions for other books I should check out this month? Please comment below. Let me know what you think. If you agree with the comment, thumbs up to raise it. Thumbs down if you don't disagree. If it was a bad book, please don't suggest bad books. I don't want to read bad books. But anyways, I hope you guys are doing good and read happy.